Hey, how is everyone doing? I'm Adderdox, and yes, I have been away for a while. I don't know how long it's been, probably like a little bit over a month or whatever, but I'll let you know, I'm not dead yet, but, you see, I'm a normal child, I go to school, so sometimes I have things I gotta do. And usually, like, a while ago, I just was, like, really stressed out about everything. Because, like, we're not doing virtual, like, at all where I am. So, like, going from 1 year of mostly virtual to, like, immediately back to normal is really weird. And I was really stressed out. And videos on top of that was just crazy. So I'm really sorry that I haven't been able to upload. But, I mean, I've kind of accepted what's going on at school and that. So I think I'm gonna be back for a while and just being able to upload a lot more. Definitely not as much as I used to. One being obviously I have school, and another being the fact that I want to try to put more work into my videos. Just looking back at them a while ago, while school started and I haven't been doing much, I've been looking back at them and thinking, man, I could have done so much better. So I'm probably gonna put more time into them. So it's probably gonna be, I don't know, you'll probably be lucky if you even get 2 videos out a week. And I know that seems harsh, but whatever. But also, another thing is when I was gone, we also reached 23 subscribers. It's pretty epic. That may or may not change by the time I upload this, but right now, while I'm recording it, that's 23 subscribers. It's pretty epic. Left off at like maybe 16, 17. I don't know if this is gonna happen anytime soon. If we can get to 50 subscribers, now that would be amazing. But, actually into the video, I wanted to talk about a game that I had played, I want to say, maybe late 2019. That game is Hollow Knight, and I wanted to look into that game a little bit more since I haven't played it in a while and all that. And also, Hollow Knight is the game that really changed my perspective on the type of games I play now, if you, whatever you want to call it. I don't know if that makes any sense. But I mean, like, before I would be playing, like, I don't know, Rocket League, even though I really sucked at it. I would play Apex with some of my buddies for a little bit. Like, I would play the games, like, just to hang out with friends. I didn't really have, I wasn't too serious about it. And then, I see Hollow Knight on Steam, and I'm like, okay, so I've heard about this game before, and it looks kind of interesting. So I go ahead and buy it because it's on sale too, by the way. I think I got it for like $7, which is really good. And, I played it for a little bit. And at the time, I had like a Twitch account, and I thought it would be cool to stream. By the way, that never worked out. But yeah, I was streaming it, just, it'd be a cool experience. But before I knew it, like, I was hooked on the game so quickly. Like, it was just like, well, I don't know, like, you're immediately, like, thrown into, like, this vast world, and especially your first time playing it with, like, very little knowledge on the game, it's just insane. Like, you're in this vast world, you're underground, when you first start, like, you know nothing, like, you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what the enemies are. Not gonna lie, it actually took me a while for the knowledge to seep into my brain that the characters in the game were bugs. No, that took me a very long time, which isn't very impressive. And another thing that's really mind-blowing is just, like, this is an indie game made by a small group called Team Cherry. And I looked into them for a little while, like after I beat the game or did some more stuff in the game, not pretty long ago, but. And so I looked into it, and apparently the protagonist that you play as most people will call just the Knight, pretty epic name. But they apparently had a small little game called Hungry Night. Now, I really did not research this at all, but what I do know is you eat things to survive, and you have a time limit or whatever. I might be completely wrong, but the main point is that the knight, the protagonist in Hollow Knight, is the exact same character you play as in Hungry Night, the game they made before Hollow Knight. So, I guess in the development of Hollow Knight, you know, they liked that character and they used it again. That's pretty cool. And another thing that I think is interesting is they are coming out with Hollow Knight Silksong, which, if you are a Hollow Knight fan like me, you are extremely excited for, and you're probably also one of those people that will at least check Steam to see if there's a release date like once a month. But hey, those are just signs that you cannot wait for things, like me. I really enjoyed how a lot of Metroidvanias like Hollow Knight, what they would do is it would be the same premise, like there would be something wrong with the world, and basically it's your job to restore everything. But then there's like tiny little mechanics, and those are always like switch around to be very original. Like with Hollow Knight, the whole charm system. Now that, I believe, is pretty original. And if it's not, then I'm sorry I'm not smart, but I think it's original. See, I don't research things before I made this video. I'm just gonna say what I want to say. You know, it really gives the game that extra boost. Like before, you could upgrade your nail, obviously. But hey, who needs to upgrade their nail when you got charm buffs? Just equip a few nail buff charms and you got a nail build. And now you're OP as frick. Or, if that's not your thing, you can go with a spell build. You can make it so you get tons of soul from killing enemies. Or you can make your spells just do a frick ton of damage. And that's pretty cool. And then there's also stuff, you know, Leg Eater. You can buy the, what is it? I don't know what it's called. But it's the one charm, you know, makes it so you get more Geo easily. And he also has the charm, I believe it gives you like 2 extra masks when you wear it. And then my favorite charm that the Leg Eater does is definitely the damage buff for your nail. I always use that. It's just really useful. And then, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for charms. And then, it's kind of a side rant. Another thing that Team Cherry did is they definitely gave their bosses character. And I think that's really interesting, how they gave their bosses character. Is what a lot of games will do is, you know, you'll reach a certain point and then there will be a big scary monster or whatever that you know absolutely nothing about, and you're the only thing you know about them is they're bad and you must defeat them to move on in the game. And you do that and then you're like, okay, that guy's defeated, whatever, and you move on. But with Hollow Knight is you will defeat them, and then the more and more you play the game, you learn more about each boss, and along with other NPCs as well. And so, like, for instance, you realize that the False Knight, was kind of a fake. Like, when you fight the Hollow Knight too, at first glance, another thing back to, like, the bosses have character. Sometimes, there'll be points in the boss fight with the Hollow Knight where he will start stabbing himself with the blade, and a lot of players will think, like, well, what the frick, man? What I think is happening is, in that moment, he has a little bit control over himself for that little bit of time, and he's trying to kill himself, but he just can't. But that's why you're there, to stop him. And really just putting it all together just creates such interesting mysteries that you just want to keep solving, and every time you think you solved something about the game, you just figure out more things that you want to figure out. Like, it's just crazy. And then another thing is, like, the art style is freaking amazing. Like, I don't know how they do it, man, but they do something, and they got amazing artwork in the game. And don't even get me started on the music, dude. Like, throughout this entire video, I'm gonna be playing Hollow Knight music. Like, you cannot change my mind on that. Like, I mean, I've only made 2 other Hollow Knight videos. 10 incredible things you missed while playing Hollow Knight, and 10 top 10 important Hollow Knight lore facts. The lore one did not go so well, let's just say that. But besides the point, I mean, I've used the music in those videos just because they're so freaking good. Like, I don't know, okay? Probably if I would have to go with my favorite soundtrack in the game or song, I don't know, because they're all too good. I can't pick one. That's the problem with this. And then, okay. So, probably what I think's interesting is what Team Cherry's doing is when we already know this. This is no new news to people who are big fans of Hollow Knight. But I love how in Hollow Knight Silksong you are going to be playing as Hornet. And once again, back to the bosses have character. When you first meet Hornet, very mysterious, and then all of a sudden you have to fight her. Very surprised. It surprises the player, because it's like, well, okay, because you don't know who Hornet is. But the more you play the game, you encounter her more and you learn more about her, and especially when you go in, what is it, like, King Seal. After you beat her like the second time, you go in that one cave or whatever to grab it, and then the rocks collapse on you and she saves you, and that's just amazing. And so then you realize, like, dang, she actually does care sometimes. And you realize, well, this isn't just a boss anymore. This is a full-on like NPC. Like, it has character. That's why I think it's gonna be awesome to play as Hornet to learn even more about her in Silksong. It's gonna be so freaking good. I'm hyperventilating right now. And so if I had to say my favorite boss I have ever fought in the game is going to have to be Nightmare King Grim. Now, Nightmare King Grim is interesting because it is a full-on, like, 100% optional boss. Like, you don't even have to do the troop at all. Like, if you do decide to start the Grim Troop, then I mean, why wouldn't you fight Nightmare King Grim? Now, to be completely honest, that boss fight took me, I think, about 2 or 3 days to beat. And I remember just, like, but the thing is what's not normal with me is I am a big rager, bro. But, like, when it came to Hollow Knight bosses, I would not rage. The more you play the game, the more you learn, like, different boss attacks. You learn how to dodge them easily. Like, Soul Master, I think that's what the name was. Soul Sanctum near the City of Tears. Yeah, that. The Soul Master, that might be the wrong name, bro. And if it is, I'm sorry. But, that boss was so frustrating to me. And that was one of the bosses I genuinely didn't really like in the game. Like, when I played it for the first time, I just genuinely thought that they made that boss, like, really difficult for that portion of the game. But, I mean, I beat him, I did it, and then I moved on. And then it's like, after I beat the game and I went into, Godhome, I went into the... what is it? That one little room where you can just, like, fight all the bosses you've beaten. And, like, I go to Soul Master. Again, I don't know if that's the right name. And I'm just like, well, dang, that was super easy. Because, like, I knew how to dodge the spells. Or little balls or whatever. And I learned how... I don't know, I just learned how to dodge. And I knew, like, what time is a good time to strike him. I don't know, I guess all the other bosses and doing a lot of epic gamer parkour really pays off. And so I want to say that to new players, if you're watching this and you haven't finished the game and you're pretty early and you feel stuck on a boss, you just gotta keep doing it. And I mean, another thing that I like that Hollow Knight does is you don't have to beat the boss like right away. If you can't beat a boss, you can always go around, you can always grab other stuff, like you can go searching for some ancient ore. That's not what it's called. I don't know. Well, what the freak is it called? Oh, my bad. It's called pale ore. But I just want to say, like, you can go around and collect some pale ore if you're stuck on a boss. You can do that, and then you can go upgrade your nail more and then try again, or you can go searching for charms that may help you. You can experiment with different charm builds. What I did is I was trying to beat Soul Master quickly so that I could go to Crystal Peak with the Desolate Dive, but then I looked up stuff on YouTube. Yes, I'm one of those people that likes to spoil myself stuff. No, it's not really spoiling anything. But I found out that you can buy the lantern and then go through Crossroads to get to Crystal Peak. So I did that. And I made it so much further in the game. And then I went back to Soul Master, and it was so much easier when I did that. So it's just so cool how they made it like that. Because like some other games that I played, you get to a certain boss, you have to beat it. When you die on the boss, you respawn where the boss is. And I think that's where I'm gonna leave this video. I just wanted to talk about this game and why I love it so much. Yeah, I don't know what more to say about it other than it's an amazing game. But without further ado, I'm gonna try to end the video. Never been good at outros. I'm not very good at them. But I want to say thank you again for getting up to 23 subscribers without me even like constantly saying it every day. But like, that's really cool though. And if we could get to 50 subscribers, bro, that would be so flippin' amazing. But I don't know if there's much more for me to talk. I mean, if I ever feel like I need to make another video about Hollow Knight, I probably will. And I probably will make a lot more tutorials. And I might make another lore video. I mean, that one lore video was very low maintenance. I feel like I could have like been more descriptive or whatever. Without further ado, I will see you guys in the next video.